The CBT Dive is a video podcast where guests are invited to work through a personal situation that brings up distressing thoughts or feelings. And we examine what their automatic thoughts are or their unhelpful thinking styles are. And we try to create insight about ways to move forward. My goal with this podcast is to demystify what therapy looks like. There's lots of clients who have been told that they should seek cognitive behavioral therapy, but they're not sure what that entails. I've also met lots of therapists who I supervise or who I've trained with who are skeptical of CBT, and I'm thinking that they might not have been introduced to the ways that it can be used that's actually culturally sensitive and client-centered. I want to challenge the idea that it's all good or all bad and just to really show what it can do. What I personally like about CBT is that it introduces people to a way of thinking linearly. So when you're stuck in a cycle of anxiety, or you're stuck in an episode of depression, usually your thoughts are very cyclical, right? I can't do this because of this. And if I try this, then this will also happen. You kind of spiral, so to speak. And so cognitive behavioral therapy encourages you and guides you to think in a way that is step by step that can be really helpful. So even though CBT isn't my main modality, right? Mostly I'm psychodynamic, I really like the tools and the skills that CBT has to offer. And I don't think that there are many resources or places where people can go to learn those concrete tools, you know? If people want to learn about trauma triggers, for example, or attachment, there's lots of that happening on social media. But how to think about alternative thoughts, how to evaluate automatic thoughts, people aren't doing very much of that. So I want to see more of that in our zeitgeist.